pastor na me dwame num no wa be chichi mu kakra friend Martin
Chairman General.
Yes sir. That is saying
Nyankopon no pai ba daroma.
Yeah, great. Yeah, that's it. Fred, a dear Nate COTVET Expo 2020, but as I do hon, obi baby sir, COTVET here then.
COTVET, a Council for Technical and Vocational Education and Training.
Yeah.
A agency under Ministry of Education. Na in 2006, and Parliament. A ban or no a Boama Parliament a pass an act which is Act 718 say Mboa na yenhwe sensa no adwuma ehun enhyehyeye ne bibia no ebekọ animu enti 2006 set up COTVET enioma anhyeda nkode SSC kono enti nam say enkrofo bebre busa say COTVET ene de Inti 2017 aban sisa ye na inya aban foforo bae eye MPP aban e bae no nyoma omode bae e fansa no adwuma sua ho e kofom e tofom kakra enti no osa esisen mu bio se ontimi mfiase keke na onhwe nsa no adwuma nemum ese onye obroni kasem ye kan SWOT analysis na yenhwe what are the positives, what are the negatives, your threats any ade etisay ne bio mampanyina nkasa ema first trip I call Germany no your mampanyina na do danko akufuado na oho ena oma Minister of Education a delegation him say yenko understudy the German system you share technical and vocational education what we are saying omo emrantie ne maba no ohanche mu be ediosoni akire ena ekọ ensano adwuma sua info ohwe krobi te say America krana wodin krofo ko Germany ema okọ understudy one technical and vocational dual system no and China crampo no me no ka say afibia one fan crop one ko Germany anko sua one technical and vocational system na nya be 3000
even China.
Yes.
Wow.
In fact, if you go down history, you realize China was somehow built with a lot of support from Germany.
Okay.
Because almost is over 200 years old. And you know, Oman said 2006. The COTVET by Mebwan coordinated and regulated technical and vocational education at top from Nintino. Ghana beyond aid enye possible your industrialization agenda no enye possible if say ensano adwuma entimi ampeja na anko nanim na ye mabun dodo na ankasa amfa ensano adwuma anye kwan omopeso omusua ade a Ghana empuntuo no bekọ akiri nto ma ye de konkro ahodo bebre so aye minister Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh na odi delegation anim yakọ Germany yakọ Switzerland yakọ United States yakọ China yakọ India you can any crobia or what the best COTVET system you can think of say yakọ even though Africa memu hanyira no so no yakọ Kenya yakọ Rwanda yakọ South Africa and Ghana hankasa so no you take it time to look at your system no then and happen over the years it so shemu Ghana hanon stano adwuma edoso. The only issue ne say informal sector intini ehunu ni ye na intimi muama ehun faso no emma esru ye inti oye asawie na ode obronika sem strategic plan 5-year strategic plan. And Ushemua, one of the best practices across the world, they say, aside more long-term vision, our more for Ensano Jumano, or more very short-term strategic plans are within a short time you can get it done, review and improve on it. Industry, within the shortest possible time. In fact, Peace FM and Fidia Modi Ebia next year Beba name Fidia Fufro.
That's true.
And you know, with the COTVET strategic plans, you cannot have a long year strategic planner any effect behind, you know, Aban said from 2018 to 2022, Yen put up a new TVET strategic plan. Ebebuama and Sanwejume Tumpon. Strategic plan on that num 5 policy objectives. The first one is governance and management of TVET. Yesha Ghana ha yensan wadwuma na atwa piti ministries bese edunkono ene eche ministry bia obeko bia no nansa na adwuma bi ewo ho na aside that no so no certification uko school ya standard e dey chewade ni e different from standard e dey chewade wo baby foforo.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, ye fa bibi say electrical installation power ye use or Accra no enye different from power ye use or Tamale. Enti na see a standardize near check what industry no here say ye be produce as far as skill development is concerned. Enti no ministries are involved no obiane ne de and also a money very difficult for the councillor 2006 MPP abide by say one year regulate na yen coordinate skill development because of our policy structures and public sector regulations. No, you couldn't go directly to any other ministry and now directly to the agency. You have to go through your ministry, go back to the other ministry before. So it become a long unwinding year. Now untimi ama bibia yengongonai. Inti abanti as part of it, one of the major policy objectives no is to look at the governance and management of technical and vocational education. Now, one of them, so how do we improve on access? Because yes, since Sanwejuman is in here, now a great tumpon over 50% of Omomrantia no a constant Sanwejuman. Now Ghana way below 10%. That means yes, you improve access. Now a nipa bebre no person constant Sanwejuman or Timiko. Then the following up no quality because Sanwejuman we enya brofoka and enya brofochro. Nemom se kwame oba which atare am sheya papa amenene or see ada kofi ansa ne pam ya na brante bi okumase ene pam ye enti said ye yensa no adwuma no ebeye what the customer wants, what the industry wants. Said ebeye not only say individual no obetimi aye ono ankasa na adwuma nemom say industry ni hia na oko industry ni obetimi aboa ama industry no power peno atimi akọ animu so we can help our local industries to move to the highest level. And that means that we need to improve on the quality. Now the tosu bi oni financing. Oshansa no adwuma sua sika ye de bonds and adwuma sua wo bra no. About 3 to 4 times, even sometimes 5 times higher than the yebetimi yusu ede ama obia okoye grammar obia okoye normal grammar education. Entino na yesi yenya a sustainable funding and as a continuous source of funding near the bo and sanu adwuma ho ebra. Entino and also one of the policy objectives. Yehwemu nso as say tetuo no nka bosumi aye drum enkensu ontoto se de nsu otoi but and we are say sisa ekwan ben so ne yebetimi afa ho abo ewiase a yetimu yebo ho ban se de be nchima beba beto no wo kwampa so with Brunica say me kind of greening philosophies into how do we incorporate it in because ensanu adwuma fo no na ewiase kura omo enya mo aye ka brofo akese enye aye tro brofo akese nemom wono otimi di wonsa eye bibi enti how do we incorporate greening philosophies in technical and vocational education enti for 5 years from 2018 to 2022 no this is the government's approach towards TVET. Now most of the time MPP ni ana lift service ni pay to technical and vocational education. The government said no, we cannot afford because there's a lot of investment Ghana memuha there's a lot of threat nuanom Nigeria for sabre kiti enkura nyoma dadin no am say onko Switzerland and also onko Germany my uncle say in Brazil bia oni akro won nsa no adwuma bi oya onya bre enkoye bibi say even though nyoma bi on tiase a obefa kwan bi so a kire na adwen enti that means say unemployment one of the major security threats as a buying FAC. Because of that, we cannot pay lip service again to technical and vocational education. So with the governance and management, a buying from 2018 or the strategic plan engagement. Well, if you see a young woman in some no say or the kind looking at the regulation of TVET, and as part of the new Education Regulatory Bodies Act 1023, we're reforming the regulation of TVET. And the COTVET Act, MPP are buying and a day by 2006, Act 718, me say we're repealing that act, and we're repealing that of National Board for Professional and Technician Examination, NAPTEX, and so act, and council no wapejem, and or dear bo NAPTEX say ye nya council name a sign a near once and regimentation on it was say we have to have a commission for technical and vocational education. Beboa amaya regulate near coordinating technical and vocational education. Now if you come to the delivery aspect now, it sounds also you need to have a special focus for technical and vocational education in terms of pre-tertiary TVET or establishing another agency Kesia Bako no so bebo just technical and vocational education ebra na said ye wo Ghana Education Service no the same way ye benya technical and vocational education service no be looking at the delivery part of pre-TVET said ye beya yanka say the bia near the TVET akoshe general education as na ayire on system no there be or per se ye as a country ni nya special focus for TVET. Me no ka say Kwame bill no ewo parliament yenim say afin kwa wiye de no do anim onyam parliament de nanim onyam kese no atachi na ye mampanyi enso na na adodan kwa kufu adon so asan ase said the Education Regulatory Bodies Act June no na parliament de wanim onyam tachi a pass on the 21st of August this year no your president assigning Education Regulatory Bodies Act na sabri abeye emra at 1023 Bebuama and Sanwejuma etumpom.
Act 1023. Now, maybe sakwenim no any TVET Expo 2020. As part of the 5-year strategic plan, Yasha and Sanwejuma Yabunanim Tia Ache. Ghana Hankwan Obi and Sanwejuma. Most of the time, ye reduce it to few trade areas. But and Sanwejuma and she share another Shishemu, I'm a young who say, Okwa Juma Biemwa and Sanwejuma Fono is about 80% of the entire skills are unya ewe adwuma bia ti se Peace FM da bia me bai won o ye nsa no adwuma ni ha Kwame wa adwuma no obi ante onka wo dan wo beba na onka ne adum e bia dan kra na ebu agu so anaso microphones nya adwuma anaso won o twa mfoni bibia so everything here o ka crowd be adwuma msem se obi ni wo betimi aye ni ya wa hwa Kwame untimi ma because minim ba bia ate ba aka se wo nante a minim how long I be for you to get here. And as part of the 5-year strategic plan, no, about say as me renew your perception and acquire your perceive technical and vocational education. If say no, 80% of every workplace here, that means we need to give a new focus and a new attention to TVET. And for the first time in Ghana, no, we share 2018, the first skills competition. Ghana acquire a member of World Skills International. In the same 2018 no ye lanchi obroni kasem de friend say my TVET campaign said ye beya Ghana fo nyina no ye nsa no adwuma e beye ye de ane ya oni na obi bia no anye bia no wanya nsa no adwuma titie bia o de bebo obra entino as part of my TVET campaign no we need to market special marketing and promotion of TVET and nunumuna establish say debia ne da no ye expo for we technical and vocational education. So for the first time we had to have a technical and vocational education expo. In fact
Ministry of Education had to postpone Education Week for the TVET. This shows how much commitment Abayi ewo effort and Sanwejuma Esua. And TVET Expo, the first one this year, no. One was to officially launch our TVET ambassadors, and Kwame Hanona mepo sina ma congratulate you, na masa congratulate Peace FM say ya chairman general and so one of the TVET ambassadors omukasa edu ejom and usho masabre and crofobebe tinsano ejumasuani ye pa. In fact, you can have members of parliament even call you to get to know more. A sign ambassadors to sell any dewra mobile man sanu ejumasuani tino aban damwase na Ghana man so edamwase.
Nkame baho ababe bisa interested about so much edin bi wa ha. First Lady Rebecca Kufuado, Memeka ho Magdan, Bella Mundi, Rebecca Donko, Ochiame Kwame, Martha Nkoma, yene ambassadors. And I mean some of the role models biabeka ho Nora Bannerman, Gregor Nalem Clothing, Constance Swanica. I hope some in your bidding but Sandy Peusha I didn't mamu decide on these ambassadors and role models. I didn't put in botaya when you mamu dear Sadi.
You Kwame Medase.
Media Jamitiana, my mucha manjina and a memo of fans. But I didn't put in Sadi Bay.
Kwame Okasa. Enipa dodo a ete wonka each day wa Ghana memha no edoso. Most of the time you see no news means good news. Enti asem de no empepi nipa nte tembia no ne ya ene de ha adwen ne nipa te. Ti said the course of Nigeria ti so obi ate wa Ghana but so obi a oye bibi papa ti say yemfa say Constance Swanica oba a owie university no okosua welding na odi welding akọ animu square sonkono enipa he na ete sa neoma no enti Osha Africa memu na say the whole world that for the first time to have a first lady to be a TVET ambassador Ghana memu minya hu bi I'm still researching minya hu say first lady bia wo man bi accept say obey TVET ambassador enti yedaya maame Rebecca Kufuado ase say wajiatum enti na eboa mayen say aban sema or the work for technical and vocational education or the 5-year strategic plan ato ho no enipa dudu e san krofo na beboa ama yatimi abonho brane abonho dawro enti ambassadors no ye use omo platform omo atimi develop over the years no said ye be beboa na propagate the good news and the importance of technical and vocational education. Na TVET role models no so no you see almost as example say since no adwuma na apeso osua enipa we num de almost yes specifically involved with insano adwuma sua and almost benefited from it intino show almost so na say bia asem aye kan kiro no say be mpanimfo se kwate kwaso obema antuma tie ni din say ya de pa ana say ya de boni sabre ya ye mai awie junior secondary school almost cost elective schools. I can bet you say funny sometimes even a teacher for be timika say wa benti wuntimi nko technical and vocational institution but ko amenya no kre see omo eso omo ye nsano adwuma na chese nka omo ma be wo wiase pa efri say adentia omo de omo adwene ne ye wo benkum ye wo nifa left and right side of your brain obi o ye nsano adwuma bia use both sides na omo ye nsano adwuma so no creative and creation is the highest form of education into obi otimi creative bibi no wa wakọ kan brofo wakọ wi brofo agu trim ene no nya wuti pen no ba akokra enti no omo ye nsa no adwuma no na ese ye focus omo enti enunti na ye looking at these TVET ambassadors any role models say omo beboa na ya market technical and vocational education.
Interesting. Say if you na do a video to a minute Dr. Freche Samoa, executive director for COTVET be na otwimi no nie de bia betime say me TVET ambassador be obi bisa say dia any TVET ambassador ne kekeka ho nyina no ho common na no pay ye na doc TVET e free
Kwame free.
Oh, really?
Technical and vocational education, 2017 free secondary education policy in Bayano. Omo benefited from it, has to be placed through the computer system. Now, obi bia computer system no a place ni bia no okoni free. Me no ka say enkra be 65,000 or ha aduasian num. Ena omo benefited from free technical and vocational education. Technical and vocational education free and nothing anansiano ye to go out COTVET because ye regulated technical and vocational education na ye promoting into ye small video say bra sabre enkra na omawie junior secondary school omunya akwanya so omobe to aso school no na aban to aso school ye free nintino ye encourage awofo ene mofra ni bebre say omubetimi a enka selected technical and vocational education. If it's a technical and vocational education, free dada. Enti nya fe na ebia ye ni free. Enipa 65,000 has already benefited from it. Aban se opese enka ye benya anke mu mu be ye junior secondary school ni nyina no. Ye nya kra no emu 50% should opt for technical and vocational education. And nuntina or say I have to build 32 new centers across the country to support technical and vocational education. Kwame, COTVET free. Me for Madaroma. Sabria Moma choose take junior, Jomo junior secondary school, person to our school. No, Miss Ubetimia, we still have opportunity up to the end of this month. Se Buana Uba a selected technical and vocational education. Technical and vocational education offer na wabrabo and day. And Nimonyam Sema woman say Ubetimi Sabre no Ubetimia a technical and vocational program no all the way up to doctorate level. And in fact, with the new common core curriculum no abai say any kwansi a dead end ema obia say Ghana nkwa na ebia nko bi geography a ontimi nkoye engineering ana ontimi nko bia abai say right now say onkra na otimi move both vertical and horizontal enti ebia na me call legon kra na mu say manya adwen sakra na me pese me bansa no adwuma I should have the opportunity. COTVET free enti Madaroma nse awofo titru o ma oba person of fans anu adwumasua enye na fe na wo kọ tua sika COTVET free dada nipa 65,000 already are benefiting from it enti ne mesre say wa oba person of pick technical and vocational education no yes said ye bodero if you say oba fa technical and vocational institution na one obenyansa anu adwuma onko gina o say obi enma adwuma na at the same time no enyuma bebra ebusu a yenya nkrofo mo munye e won stand adwuma mu no ye betimi afa omo. And at the same time, the woman say right now, no, the approach abai say all COTVET institutions should be using a competency-based training. Competency-based training is training industry. And a leader of it, and a demand driven. And in say yes, we na ba no be near baby no unemployed COTVET graduate. No, COTVET near demand driven. So you put up programs industry no a demanding, and in putting up programs industry need demanding. That means industry no has to be at the center of your technical and vocational education. And for a competency based curriculum, no industry no will have to decide on the competencies, on the standards. Entina nya say mihia nifa na wakoye benkum debi nemom industry ne lady enti osha aban approach to COTVET na all round and no see then I have to establish sector skill bodies. Kwame me no ka say aban say enyo no ne efa nipa nemom industry private sector na eso mankrofo adwuma enti what do? I have to create the enabling environment for industry for them to be successful. For the first time we are establishing sector skill bodies and yes our friends in here Kwame from last year ye launched the first group, which is construction sector, agri sector, tourism and hospitality sector. Currently, we are working on the automotive industry, pharmaceutical sector, renewable energy, and we will extend it. So over the 5 years, we should be able to establish all the sectors. Then government doesn't have to be on their way. They have to decide on the competencies, and they will also have to your sector we what kind of occupations in here Ghana member yen develop your training no na yen collaborate with training providers no aban so be so ase no matimi aye. This is what government is doing, you know. Offer COTVET, you are more going to be a successful person than obia on the Vocational trend. Vocational here and so here do sa e dey nti China kofa nyoma if it's omo do amunsa ye adwuma no so enti na omonioma efo enti na omonioma bibia ope bia udru China sesia na say opese enye nipa nsa kra wan hwe betimi aye nipa nsa amawo enti no se Ghana ha no si yen puntuo ne bekoso a that means say we need more people in our COTVET sector. The more ye nya nkrofo bebre or technical and vocational institution, the more ye benya more skilled people. Kwame brebi etwa mu no na nka wo bi o degree a na nka kakra bi sabre omo degree adorso meboa omo masters adorso eno ne ye pese ye dane no said ye be ya wona obenya ensano adwuma su an the more adorso no the more na competition beba se competition ba ensano adwuma su mu a the more na innovation beba said ye ba innovation ba then we can have more products and services being produced here in Ghana na aboama enyuma a wo Ghana ha no akonanim aboama yetimi a produce nyoma ne wo Ghana ha na export it.
Interestingly, what about Omomba Beku School, but me share apprentices. Any Omomo ye Jumani be dada. Ibia wayache enye fe no ba be fa krata abeka so ba Beku School akusua de. Nkrofo sade na ebe ya momo.
Kwame, me kasa Ghana for nsan enije Ghana for enije ensano adwuma ho pa.
Yeah.
It sounds so many nsano adwuma ho ntina yehwa almost 80 to 90% ewo informal sector ewo nsano adwuma and aban say esanse nsano adwuma ho hia ntino apprenticeship eya ade ba ko a eno so hia ekuro bi so your friend internship baby you are say learnership obi a enti different models enti a national apprenticeship ni any policy from last 2018 all the way up to now. Abai had to go through a lot of processes, engagement in the northern sector, middle belt, and a southern sector. Some know say an apprenticeship policy, draft apprenticeship policy, our cabinet abai finalize said a beboa na abo apprenticeship abai. On top of it, there's a free apprenticeship project buying a pilot here, almost 13,000 plus are benefiting on that free apprenticeship project, dada. Because of that, yes, successful, I buying the almost $80 million already are committed for a free apprenticeship. On top of it, the Obronika your friend Jobs and Skills Project, Parliament edwon animonyam atayeche ama waji atum ewo cabinet gitum no Parliament do animonyam atayeche outside me no ka say Ministry of Finance and the World Bank assign that contract ne dada January Jobs and Skills Project no so fiase na aboa na ya training more apprentices said be a masters or more system mu dada no say nyoma esesa ebia plumbing na we ya nyoma animu high rising building ebia plumbing and here for a dime ba ko e form no enye the same plumbing skills now be here for high rising building and it obetimi a continue aye relevant na see upgrade or training no and now we nim dia awo no to a certain standard and only obrinka you can say competency based training no and with the national apprenticeship policy no e be my a legal background on our mandate aboa my regulatory apprenticeship now things
so no at least so be ba wo no obesua ade a say yehu de oni akro no wo hwehwe wo no na oni akro so obesua ade no yehu de ono so obesua enye apprenticeship e bi emfie du emfie nwotwe na obi da so ya apprenticeship sa bre no the brebe no so betimi de abone bra no otimi improve ti aban is saying say you cannot just say apprenticeship, you have to have a more informed approach, because we are saying sir titwoni and anti free ha ne kokumase sabre who person do kumase 30 minutes no adru until we have to improve on the your masters ne ye no enti national apprenticeship free apprenticeship na e order da no aban not only to have no be committee the sika here to improve and expand the free apprenticeship no has already been approved na and also no the structure na say bia wo adwuma dada na person take advantage or that apprenticeship na at least ya unja adwuma say wo go school na couple of days be and abeko na omo institutions are accredit omo so omo nye training no omo aboa unti was a wo ye ode no na wo sua abefo de no kakra kan ho say the be adwuma no ebeti anase obehu de ekoso e wo wiase na watimi improve ode
ye koyenim no me bisa ba kuminu bi ne fan sorry so but okay bibi about lip service I just say bia ye anu na fifa fa ho ya ye course secondary school, technical school, training colleges, polytechnics ne ade everything nyina no ensa no adwuma adesua ade a ne ehun se bi we bibisa na je se unim ade won ben ye enti no yeso we okwe anyi momfa no nko onkusua ne nsa no adwuma saa adwen na woni patrim no ekwan be ne be fa so ebetimi yie free ni patrim se sabi obi o ne nsa no adwuma no eno nche se esane se one called mainstream educational system just say wabon ana bibisa eno eye one and ebia finally no ne ade be kan say say I did sane man na tudwa no the way forward doc.
Okay, Kwame me dawa sibebre said ye di kan so uhwem afi ye the first COTVET Expo.
Yeah,
this is to show say government is committed to technical and vocational education than anything. Na COTVET Expo no na nyoma miensa na ye focus on say your registration and accreditation system no ye be digitize na enye manual system ni bio na aye easy for technical and vocational institutions no any regulation. 2 ye lanchi COTVET ambassadors and role models ye ba penny Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo Dano. 3 ye lanchi skills competition 2021 ahana eyemede ohwe ensano adwuma sua ewiase afana nyina no ewoku a ye friend world skills ebon ho bra. Ghana need the only country in the sub-Saharan region ye be ye first member of the world skills competition. Sabre ohwe Kenya omo mampanyi di akire dendendi omo person be join the world skills competition.
Kenya,
this is the vision that we have for a president or dream man who or say Ghana any member of the world skills competition. Ye the 81st member of the world skills competition. In fact, we are also the 81st member of the United Nations. So it tells us something. Skills competition and now me no ka say ye zona 1 no enti open up to the public too much because of COVID no national skills competition e dey ye be born the road na omo aye ho ayi skills competition ye kwan a ye dey fa so ne yama ensano adwuma to the highest level enti ensano adwuma no enye Ghana de nkwa na mum ye ma no ene afoforo wo wiase nyina ebesi akan. It's almost like the Olympics of skills. It's one of the best, and countries fight to be a member of it. And to be a member, a competitor, no, it's the highest you can as far as skills is concerned. In fact, you call Kazan last year, just tiling kekenokrano went to me and calculate anye innovative, anye smart, anye sharper. Me see for 5 days,
tiling and you can see obi a who say we done the meet me for 5 days e be antimi anwie. That tells you skill at its best. And right now is giving more attention to skills. So investment putting in to become a world skills member no, shows you say it's not about lip service.
Okay.
Infrastructure no, over the years, how much have government invested in infrastructure? Minister can say over $700 million. 32 new state of the art centers now. Region Bia Benyamienu, our first phase no already government approval, parliament approval it's about 478 million. Which are MVTI across the whole country. Upgrade any OIC center, any foundry. CSA as Ghana yetimi we need to train our people. Umbetimia modu metals, no metimia katina, unya bibi anyazi yakofe free China naza manoni. Name even though Aboseo can for crown a beton esi modi waha, kantanka na neka esi yetimi modi waha. 2 new foundry and machining center plus the one new foundry and machining center or Gayek na MVTI upgrade no across the whole country is about $131 million. 5 district centers Abayansi COTVET should be the first option. And he's starting and piloting district center approach. 5 district center approach, that project is costing us a minimum of $31 million. See a share upgrade of all the upgrade projects are technical universities, 13 technical institutes and don't cry about $119 million. Also you share Vasi a upgrade of about 4 technical institutes and also it's about 8 million euros. So you are looking about close to about 750 plus. This is just for infrastructure. Yeah. This is just for infrastructure. This is aside the soft component. BBT said $200 million are buying the a national apprenticeship, any curriculum development. This is different from the extra 20 million euros are buying Sandia share voucher program. And this is also aside what are buying a tier for free COTVET, any teacher for any adeno. And to usher the amount and the investment go into technical and vocational education. A being see that the kind as yet me ba so say when ya opepa any commitment to do this. Now your mom pie say the abaya shisha no ye betimi a continue and yes they see 2006 have COTVET buyer and your master sanya ye. In fact from 2017 up to now we have been able to accredit and implement CBT accredit almost of 140 plus institutions. Abaya is committed within 5 years all COTVET institutions should be using the competency-based approach. Said your buyer man, woman, yes, and now quiet to say brofoka keke. And I
maybe send obedient, they are sending me a friend your boa. Or say, I went to a technical institution to study electrical installation work and regulations. When I finished and got a job, the treatment of technicians was so demoralizing, I actually quit and pursued secondary education and eventually went to the university. I have since discouraged anyone who would listen to me from going to a technical school. We need a change of mentality in terms of how we treat such people at workplaces. What does he have to say to this? Yaoyaboa.
Kwame.
Question
is about the perception. First, we share how many times Nananka a Bambe committee almost $1 billion within a shortest possible time towards COTVET.
Yeah.
Being see that. So it's about perception. Nibio Entina abai setting up sector skills body because Oshemwa remuneration for your COTVET because your perception you're bad for technical and vocational education at the same time recognition for them you're bad and your remuneration so was bad obi a wasu answer no adwuma so to kwan call Germany says here as electrical installer no your call recently last year and omo share omo industry no Obia bookie about 3 months ahead. Onya obi kraman nkoye adwuma 3 months ahead. Enti tembia no as electrical installer no owa adwuma be 1 year than anima onyim hawa obetimi aye e dosoma no enti aban say let's have a new focus for technical and vocational education and let it be at the center of your national development. Enti this sector skill bodies, you know, will help us to be able to share omo standards anywhere omu hiano na ye training omo no at the same time no omo be advise appropriately. Say be am electrical installer na me koye adwuma charge be na ese me charge me no tika it will be to kwa man na Nigeria America na say be a ne we say ne water pump say a ofre plumber before obeba no e wo sika obe charge oba no so a hour na obe charge omo range a omo charge enti no ye so omo sekusua eno na ye nye wo Ghana ha for years past enti no Sabre no aban say yen focus and with the industry say industry now may center of it because yen hu fast na COTVET nanka atwa peti yen even the proper certification as ye de more munti no mi kra we na me see o mi on the national qualification framework mi was certificate 1 onipa na offer madwumam no onim say me competence nie onim say me standard nie this is how metimi aye adwuma akodu this is kwan me here enti sika we na ese ontua me no ontua me a obi foforo be dey ebe fa me continue now no de tete won ye no amoa ye enkura ye nyina etu kwan ko a ye ni abre a ye ko sanlai ko je visa no enye omo chiro brofo ene omo ka brofo na man kro ni ye de nkro na eti no nemom omo de wo nsa omo adwen no makoma eye adwuma sika bebra ye giba Ghana memu a bauxite aye to diamond any ade no say abasi yentimi and continue like this SCS system na Ghana ma ankasa etimi ye eno skills competition omo ye me call ATTC de no ye de ato on enkra na omo ye no you can see say enkra na ye but we need to improve on the standards because oni obi akra bia obi a enfance omo ye call Kazan omo ye obi o no 17 years otimi kata nani na electrical installation or yes because we are practicing hands on several times and industry no adie bia omu ye bia no right away is available to the training institution omu collaborate and that is what we are doing. That's what the approach our government he take say technical and vocational education no ebe koso I said the minu na okasa no say industry no ebe die tintimai wom na omu ni ye bom na aban so ase a ene beboa amankunim bia ba ma yina.
And Pacho, let's have this conversation again because emre no ayina may sure say enkomo ebitimi atwuma kwetire ebi kwa the question say baby bisa say opesen ne ba what is the way forward? Maybe we should Obinek, I'll say, works in Germany, UK, and others. Let us have a marketing way to accept them. The concept is good. Maybe, you know, we say they should spend some of the money on orientation for heads of departments and so on. And then obviously, I remember you mentioning the amount that the welders working on the FPSO were earning per month. Repeated, Phillips in Takrade, well, Albert Fable was here that day, $500 a month, near for welders. And no more FPSO. But, Doc, I think let's do this again. Because, and commodity DM say, you pay 1 by 2 hour session be. Now, and comfort you my drink sober because technical and vocational education training in Yadia it will go away. Na mitie sika investment woman. Not just say and better. Obisu besides say in the oil and gas industry, how are they looking at that area as well? I know you welding name yakika hunina. I'm sure say those areas now will come up.
Seminole ka say ye ne Egbert Petroleum Commission you looking at certification, standardized training because said it will be because obi am ye world that adentini me fami enko rigs so and I say bibisa if we are see economimu and we are see sense economimu ye standard way of doing things. In fact yankopon bo nipa kra no or bo nipa based on standards and be can be bebre so na ya toto akra some baby aya ye bibia said ye entino said your kind. In fact, one of the sector skill bodies ye be established is in the oil and gas industry. Said ye bet me outline all the major and critical occupations ye bet me training Ghanaians with the proper certification and proper capacity. Say be omo bet me aye adwuma wo local industry. I know say obreno is definitely me bomodin say ye bet me say this ankomo bi.
You here? Let's give ourselves a week or two. Let's come back now and share the different angles. Obi said this is wonderful. I live in Switzerland. We pay a lot for getting handiwork done. A friend of mine just paid 10,000 Swiss francs to get small painting and woodwork be done. Maybe we need to look at it in such a way exciting enough. Obviously, finally, a necessary departure from an educational system set up to administer the colony. And now we should place emphasis on technical and vocational skills. Congrats, Ambassador. Well, COTVET Ambassador, man, Kojo God says, my regards to Dr. Samuel. He's doing well at COTVET. Kojo God, Ekropong, Ekwapim. Now, Doc, what's our US down? Okay. And Vanessa or your nurse with US. Or say shout out to Fred from North Carolina, Vanessa, Eddie, and also Abba. Anyway, right. Doc, Empacho, I'm going to come back for you, and we'll have a more comprehensive discussion on this. Obitu the Abba said it is the only way the Togolese, the Lebanese, and the Turkish artisans, we can compete with them, because they say Okofaba, Obi Sidaya si Togo for them. Obisu say we wow. I'm a product of NVTI. This year is 30 years that I've been in the automobile industry. Ghana government sent me to South Korea to study in the automobile industry. I seek an opportunity to impart this knowledge and my technical skills. I would love to be an ambassador of your COTVET. Jacob Kwamenyano. Maybe we should have another show. Doc, Maminasi, Nami, other discussion and pay ansana, Masoriso. But I think we need to look at this thing again.
Mensume Dawasi,
Davena Vinyada Jabium.
Kwame Edi now, Chairman General.
What's that teaching me? Now, okay, baby.
Not made out with Tiff was say, Achia Ghana mines to be.
Yebedasi Bibre, Dr. Freche Asamoah, or your Executive Director of Council for Technical and Vocational Education and Training, a friend of COTVET. Mom will tell you, show, no, say, Alaji Gusa, can I say, me, Junjam, say, me, COTVET Ambassador. He be beside me, say, now we COTVET Ambassador, then potting, and that way. In the end, the say, you be born with the euro. Na eti for so ati na mo a ebitimi aboam no na mo so mo de ahwenya mo beye nti eja madwuma na meye nti mo amutie nyina me da se Dr. Freche